Hi everyone, it's me, your girl Rose, back with another vlog. But this time, I've decided to do something new and out of the usual. So, as a birthday special, I decided to share 23 life lessons that I've learned and still learning. So first is to keep challenging your comfort zone. Actually, I continuously try to challenge my comfort zone. But out of all those times I did try, the most memorable one was siguro my first solo travel. I was 21 when I first went on a solo travel to Seoul, and it was the best thing ever. Kasi when you challenge your comfort zone, you go into this space wherein you learn more about yourself. Kasi it's not something you do talaga. It's not, kaya nga, exactly, it's not your comfort zone. So technically, there's a lot of room for growth during that period. It's overwhelming, but then it becomes fulfilling, and then you'll thank yourself later on for that. And then second is know and practice your worth by respecting yourself to walk away, stand your ground, and voice your opinions. Set healthy boundaries with all of your relationships, whether it be with your family or with your friends. I know a lot of people have been in abusive / toxic relationships, and it's hard to get out of. So, as much as possible, ikaw mismo, start with yourself. Know yourself na hanggang dito lang yung kaya ko, dapat hanggang dito lang yung papayagan ko, hanggang dito lang yung kaya kong itolerate. Third is to self-regulate. No, that being said, don't give other people the responsibility to manage your emotions. You don't go into relationships na carrying all your baggage and then itatambak mo lang sa kanila, and then sasabihin mo, this is my baggage and I want you to be in charge of my happiness. That's not how it goes. That's not how it's supposed to be. Sa science, lalo na pag sa temperature, there are mammals who can self-regulate through changing their body temperature. It's to maintain the homeostasis of the environment and ourselves. So, ganun din. Same goes with emotions. Dapat, alam mo i-balance yung kung ano ba dapat and ano yung hindi. Kasi nga, if hindi mo kayang i-manage yung sarili mong emotions and your actions, you tend to become what you've hated in the first place. You become tactless. You become insensitive to other people. Fourth is don't always take things personally and seriously. Loosen up a little bit. So lalo na sa mga katulad ko na personality type, we can be so uptight and agit about it. Have fun, loosen up, know when it's the right time to be uptight, and know when it's the right time to enjoy. Live a little, life is short. The fifth one is to be yourself. Do the things you love, things that make you happy. By doing this, you will attract the right kind of people into your life. I learned this through my own pursuit of love and relationship, I've always been vocal about finding a jowa. Isang tagal ko na single and nahihirapan nga talaga ako. Pero ito nga, the greatest lesson I've learned through the 5 years of being single, 5 years, hindi 10, 5 years of being single is, huwag mo hahanapin. Because the more na hinahanap mo siya, the more na pag-e-effortan mo, the more na dun lang nakaset yung goal mo, the more you romanticize it, the more you put pressure into it when someone actually appears in your life, and the more you set expectations na dapat ganito ka. Kasi when you approach it that way, that's just you projecting what you want onto another person. It's not technically working on a relationship. Kasi if you really want to find or build a relationship with someone, it goes two ways. Hindi lang ikaw. So I think I'll end my statement there. Para makapag-isip-isip kayo ng Six is, again, I learned this sa mga iba-iba kong experience din. Change your mindset from, what did I do to deserve this? To, what is this trying to teach me? So, it matters what you feed into your mind. Lalo na when bad things happen, when conflicts arise, and you don't know how to handle them. If you think na there's always something wrong about your decisions, talagang you'll think wrongly about everything na lang. Sobrang negative na yung view mo, outlook mo in life. But if you think of it that way na it's a learning experience, it's something na you eventually grow from, then it becomes more of a positive experience for you. And you're encouraged later on to continue investing on the things na would lead to what you really want in life. I can't vouch na I'm the strongest person I know because I've seen myself at my weakest. I've seen myself almost give up. I know myself na one day I might give up. But it's a matter of floating ka lang. I will make it through this. Very important ang mindset because if the mind is unhealthy, everything else is unhealthy. What you feed into your system is healthy, then eventually it will translate it in your life. 7th is being financially informed is the best. Don't go broke trying to look rich. That's the first thing. Being financially informed and being financially responsible matters so much, lalo na at my age na I'm just starting. The financial decisions I start making at this age will determine what kind of life I will later on have. The best financial advice I can give you, what I personally think is to invest early. The earlier you start investing and knowing how you can earn passive income, the better talaga. So, 8th life lesson I can share is to be mindful of what you consume. Whether it be in the environment or your body, you know, they're both temples. You have to consider both of them as temples. The environment is a temple for all mankind and other species. Your body is a temple for your soul, for yourself. So whatever you consume, may it be food, fashion, decisions mo, and everything, it has to be mindful and sustainable. I don't support fast fashion. Try to bring our eco bags, but sometimes we forget. We no longer use plastic pag in the grocery. We use the boxes. I always print back to back. So these are just some of the things I practice. 9th is to burn bridges with those that make you feel small. Early on, I told you about knowing your worth. Here, this is one of the things na talagang red flag ko. When they make me feel small on how that someone uses words or how he or she acts around me, I will try to communicate my feelings. I will try to say na, you hurt me, you made me feel this way. What happens with the relationship depends on how they respond to it. With that said, 2019 na, we don't tolerate abusive, toxic relationships. 10th life lesson is to raise your market value. And how do you do this? You do this through learning different hobbies. Try to widen your range of interests. Kasi eventually, it will pay back. If you're like me who's fond of public speaking or you know, mga ganitong kaartehan, you can try YouTube, diba? From here on, invest on yourself. If you're not investing, you're gonna lag behind kasi eventually in the workplace, you're gonna be with different kinds of people with a lot of interest. Everyone's into different things na. There's always a subculture for everything. So, try to explore that side of you a little bit para to spice up your life then. 11 naman, this is about raising your market value, right? So first is to invest in yourself. Second is to know how to network. In psychology, it goes way back to kindergarten, pag playtime. That's how you build your social circles, diba? Eventually, it progresses into deep, more meaningful ones as you grow. So in college, you have organization, and then later on sa workplace, you have to build a social circle from whom you can ask support from. And there are different kinds of support ha. Pwede mo later on, if you have a business idea, you can start a business together. Or if you have collaboration sa YouTube, you can invite your friends over. Networking matters so much kasi nga, no one grows by themselves anymore. You get what I mean? One way or another, you're gonna need people. You're gonna need your tribe. And that's how you prosper in life. 12th life lesson is to consider the first few years after graduating college as your trial period to adulting and life in general. Send your resumes to different industries. Food, medical, basta. Send mo sa lahat. And then, if you're invited for an interview, be early and be at your best. Treat every interview as your dream interview. Treat every company as your dream company. Because it is as an HR. I worked as an HR kasi. It is during the interview when you discover if you are perfect fit for the company and if the company will give you what you're looking for. Meron yun, naghahanap, of course, number one for that is the salary, the location, working environment, and the benefits. Okay. 13th is self-care, of course. Sobrang importante na to. You don't want to be burnt out at an early age. Know your limit and then spend your days wisely. Don't stretch yourself too thin kasi work is just work. Hindi ka naman i-comfort ng work mo sa bahay when tapos na lahat. So you have to consider yourself. Pagod na ako, hindi ko na kaya to, so stop. Ganun. Find a sport or go to a gym. Hindi mo kailangan ng everyday gym schedule. You don't have to go to a workout class every other day or something. What I'm trying to say is be physically active. If you can take the stairs, take the stairs. If it's a choice between a tricycle or a short walk to your office, then go ahead. Yun nga, this is more of your body na talaga. And cardio is everything. 15th is to be clear with your intentions. Practice honesty and integrity. Because this, everything, totality nito, builds your character. Sabi nga ng professor ko back in college, do what you say and say what you do. So pag sinabi mong gagawin ko to at this time of the day, gawin mo. If hindi mo kayang gawin, then be honest about it. Hindi ko siya kayang gawin. Nakikita ko to sa iba't ibang klaseng I've interacted with. Makikita mo kung sino yung meron yung buo yung integrity. Meron yung alam mong padali-dali lang sa buhay. Masisense mo yung intentions nila if they're good or bad or confused. So as much as possible, build your character. 16th is to value your relationships, most especially with your family and friends. I discovered that the only thing that makes life meaningful is the relationships we build with people around us. That's the one thing talaga na I'm sure I will carry on with me in this lifetime. Kasi nga, it's reflective of everything else eh. At the end of the day, I love the feeling of knowing na I've been a good friend. I've been a good daughter. Yun talaga yung that makes life meaningful for me. 17th is that arguments are not to ruin relationship. It can be catalysts for change. Lalo na in mindset, in treatment. When you open an issue up, it's given the opportunity to be addressed. And when you address it, it opens the minds of both parties. For example, this is, sabi party 1, I'm feeling this way. Party 2, sabihin niya, okay, I accept that you feel that way. Let me do something about it. Ganun siya. Or, if it's just a discussion, like, I think this blah 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 is like this. Sasabihin naman ni party 2, I don't think that way. I think you're wrong. You have to consider na our mind, our life, our surroundings can sometimes be echo chamber. We'll want something to break that reverberating sound na mali pala. Arguments happen for a reason. Hindi lahat yun is to shame you. So you have to be open for it. Open for arguments. There are healthy arguments, okay? Hint is to be open to criticism, most especially when it is to improve yourself. Share ko lang na I used to be so sensitive kasi nga I almost considered everything as an attack. And to be honest, this didn't do any good to my life. Sobrang negative lang ng ganito, and don't be like me. 19th is once in a while do something or go somewhere yourself will thank you for. Lalo na if you've been aching to go someplace else, you've been wanting to buy this item for yourself, do it. Spoil yourself. Minsan lang naman eh, and besides, you work hard for it. 20 is, of course, ito talaga, CLAYGO. Kung hindi nyo man lang alam ibig sabihin ng CLAYGO, it's clean as you go. CLAYGO. Don't be an asshole. Please. 21. Take your time. Trust the process. Enjoy the process. It's so important. You have to take note that there's a process to things. Huwag mong madiliin. So, with this, i-share ko lang na I took gap years. Sobrang na-delay and talagang na-feel ko yung sobrang down na talaga ako na parang saan ba ako papunta. At that time, I didn't trust the process. I did enjoy it, but when the downs came, sobra naman akong lagapak. Buti na lang, I was still able to rise from it. Kasi nga, if not, baka nag-give up na lang ako na parang wag na. If you think you need a gap year, take it. If you have the privilege of taking a gap year, do it. If you don't have the privilege of a gap year, save enough to be able to afford it. Hindi ibig sabihin na gap year, puros fun and games ka lang. Try to be a responsible gap year. 22, ito naman. For the times na you felt you lacked, for the times you feel like you didn't give your best, forgive yourself. Forgive yourself for the things you can't, and celebrate the things you can. We are our worst enemies, our worst critics. At the end of the day, be gentle to yourself, forgive yourself. This is all I can do. Hanggang dito lang kaya ko. Tomorrow, I can try again. I will try again. You know, ganun lang. Restart. Always restart. And lastly, salamat natapos din. 23rd is to share your story. When you share your story like this, how I share mine, we somehow create a community where we can encourage, uplift each other, support each other. Whatever you're going through, whether it be the best time of your life or the worst time of your life, share it. It's always better to face challenges and victories with another person. So, I think that's everything. 23 life lessons you learned from me, I learned from the world. Before I end this vlog, I asked questions on my Instagram, The Doses of Rose, if you want to follow. So here are some questions. So first question is from my partner, Moira Ricafort. Dream destination, love you partner, love you too partner. Dream destination, short term, like 5 years from now, I wanna go on a road trip around the States. Long term, mga 15 to 20 years from now, I wanna go to South Africa for the safari adventure and then the North Pole or South Pole ice expedition. Next is Hanin Love EXO. Paano po mag-budget pag nag-travel? Short advice. Pag magba-budget ka ng travel is plan and research. I plan more before I leave than pag nandun na. Well accounted for na lahat ng gusto mong puntahan. Goal, Nichiin. Budget for Korea and Japan travel. Top of my head, para sa akin, okay na yung 25k each. Actually, mabigat na nga yung 25. Feeling ko nakapag-shopping na ako nun. Sabi ni Kyle Dispo si Casey, how do you plan your travels, ate? Or even solo travel? First is, I look for the country I wanna visit talaga. Second is, I research. I use Google, Instagram, and blogs. I also use YouTube. Okay, so yung apat na yun, very important resources yan sa akin. Google's where to go in Seoul. Doon na lahat, mga listahan, top 10 places to go. Sobrang, ang dami naman lalabas doon eh. And then second, I read blogs, mga experiences nila. Kasi mababasa mo from other people naman kung ano yung mga worth visiting, ano yung mga hindi worth visiting. I also search sa YouTube. If I'm planning to go to Seoul ng 2020, I'm gonna search for the previous year. So, Seoul 2019 travel. Optimize geotags. So, if I wanna see Nami Island, punta ko Instagram and then I'll look at Nami Island and then tignan ko lahat doon. Okay, sabi ni Ate Josa Real Piasan, what's your favorite book? Depende kasi kapag anong definition ng favorite. Pero sige, on top of my head, ang pinaka-favorite book ko talaga is All the Bright Places by Jennifer Niven. I think favorite ko to kasi nga medyo I identified with the main character. And ang ganda nung pagka-build, nung plot, pagkahubog sa character, sa main character. So nagustuhan ko siya overall. Second favorite book, I think any of Mitch albums. Sobrang niya talaga, insightful niya. Mitch album or Paulo Coelho. So, yung mga yun. Yung dalawang yun, favorite ko yun. Oh, lastly, okay. Sabi ni Uriel, how have you been? Thank you for asking that. Sobrang thoughtful mo naman. I'm okay, I think. Yeah, I'm okay. Yung pinanggalingan ko like super down. Ngayon, I'm in a rising high. Kasi nga, I just found out I'm going to med school finally. I'm going to med school. And I'll end the vlog here. Okay, finally, natapos na din ako. Gabi na rin. What time is it? 6:31. So, it's been nice doing this. First time ko to. Tagal ko nakapagsalita sa harap ng camera. I hope na-enjoy nyo itong vlog na to. And sana you continue supporting me. Thank you! See you later!